Hello, my name's Jack. I'm one of the team members at 13 Stuart's Tebex store. Today we're going to be covering how to create YFT liveries, how to apply them to vehicles, and how to create them through ZModeler. So, presumably you've purchased or downloaded a vehicle from 13 Stuart's store. We're going to be working with the Cruiserette pack today. This is one that I've created recently. It's obviously not up at the minute, but we're going to go through and add these liveries to it. So once you've downloaded the vehicle, you will be given a .zip folder. This includes the actual files that you put into your server, which is the FX manifest data and stream folders. But you're also given a template folder, which includes the actual template for the vehicle and the livery YFT. This is what we're going to be using to add the liveries on instead of adding them through the YTD. So, to begin with, we're going to load up ZModeler. You will have to get a license for this. Once you've got ZModeler loaded up, you've got the license sorted, go to File at the top left and click the Import button. This will bring up the import window. You'll then have to navigate to where your downloaded livery YFT file is. These are unlocked, so you'll be able to access them. You just then need to click import. It then imports into your scene, which you can then just click L0. This isn't a major part, but to understand how it all works, I'm going to explain this. So over here on the right hand side is a scene node browser. You will see that it has a node up here and then also an object here. This object, the actual mesh down here, this is what changes out in the liveries. It's just something for the game to be able to handle it, essentially. To actually change the livery, however, we need to go and change the texture on this object. So up here in the texture node browser, you'll see you have these groups up here. What you're going to want to do is come into the cruiserette_livery1.yft. This then shows the current texture for this livery YFT. This is what will be embedded when we export this out as a YFT. The name of this group is important to embed it. This name has to be the same as this top node up here. So whether this is going to be cruiserette_livery1 or cruiserette_livery2, it has to be the same as this. We'll go through and change those names a little bit later. Alongside that, this cruiserette_livery1, the first part of this name here has to be the name of the spawn model. So if it's Cruiserette2, it has to be Cruiserette2_livery1. Now that we've got a basic understanding of how this is all working in ZModeler, we can now get our livery. So once you've created the livery in Photoshop or Paint.net or GIMP, whatever you use, we can export this out as DDS. This is my livery that I made earlier. Fantastic, I really like it. We're going to have to export this via NVIDIA DDS conversion tools. If you don't have this, there will be a link in the description to download it. We're going to save this out, so we'll just save it to my desktop. And you just need to search for the, or find the DDS NVIDIA Texture Tools exporter. And save this as, we're going to save it as sign_sign1. And then once you've clicked yes, you want to find the DXT5 option, which includes interpolated alpha channel, because obviously this is alpha background. All you need to do from here is just click save, and this will save it out as a DDS file. What we can do now is come back into ZModeler and find the replace button. This will replace the texture. As you can see, it says replace the current texture with a different one from outside this file. So we click replace, and then we go and search for our texture. So here it is, here's the texture. See, there's a little preview in the top right. This has our free candy on it. And all you need to do is just click open, and this replaces it. So what we can do now is make sure that all the names are correct. So this name, cruiserette_livery1.yft, is the same as this here. If we wanted to change it to 2, you just change that to 2, change the actual object here to 2, and change this to 2. You want to do this only when you've got a first one as well. So you can do 2, 3, 4, you can have as many as you like, but just make sure that their names are correct. I'm going to put this back to how it was, because we've only got, or we'll only have this one for now. Okay, now we're on to exporting it out. Now that you've got that sorted, the names are all the same, you've got YFT at the end of your group, you can then go up to this export button here and press it, and then navigate to where the Cruiserette pack is. So we'll go into here, stream, and go into vehicle mods. We can then save this as Cruiserette_livery1. You don't need to put YFT at the end, although it's a good failsafe just to make sure that it is saving it as that, because ZModeler does automatically have it as YFT, but we're going to put it there just to make sure that it is there. Have the export LODs as auto detect, because it does have LODs properly set up with it, and simply just click export. If it lags a little bit, does that little waiting symbol, that's done it properly because it's exporting the text with it. You can also check it with messaging bar. If it says that it's got embedded textures 1, you'll know it's worked properly. Another way to check it is through OpenIV. You can open your vehicle through OpenIV here, vehicle mods, and then you'll find livery 1. If you go into livery 1 here and click view embedded textures, you'll see that your texture is there. What we need to do now is add this texture to the carcols. So you want to open up the carcols.meta, and in the link description below there is a link to a paste bin. This includes the template for the livery mod kit. What you want to do is you'll find the visible mods tab here and go to the bottom of it preferably, and then you'll find the closing tag here. Go down one and paste in this template in here, and then we just have to replace this model name here with Cruiserette here. So that's now Cruiserette livery 1, and then do the mod shop label here. This one has to be in all capitals. There we go, Cruiserette liv 1, and there is nothing more you need to do in here. This is it, done. Finally, you're going to want to add your livery to the names.lua. So if you open the names.lua file here, you can open this in Notepad++, or Visual Studio Code. God forbid Visual Studio as well, you can do that. Simply just grab this add text entry here, copy it, and paste it. You'll then want to go back to the carcols and find your mod shop label here. This is the one that was all in caps. Again, copy it and paste it into here. This first comment, this first string here, and then the second part is what will show up in game. You can then change this something to like free candy. I believe there is a limit to this livery, to this name even. So you'll have to figure out what works and what doesn't. But free candy, something simple like that will work fine. We can now take this in game and test it. Okay, now we're in game. We can spawn in the vehicle and check that it's there. So I'm using vMenu, so I'm going to head down to the vehicle spawner and spawn in the Cruiserette. There we go. So you'll see that it doesn't spawn with the livery. We have to actually activate it via the mod menu. So here we go in the vehicle options. Go to the mod menu and scroll down and find the livery tab. We can then scroll across and see our free candy livery has shown up, and the actual name of the livery mod kit is free candy. So that's it. That's all it is. If you would like us to create this for you because you don't have access to ZMod and don't want to pay for the license, open a ticket in our Discord. We can sort something out with you. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.